¿qué tal, estimadas amigas y estimados amigos? Una vez más con ustedes. Aquí traemos hoy al canal un juego nuevo en el canal, el Dead Synchronicity Tomorrow Comes Today. Dead Synchronicity Tomorrow Comes Today. Sí, muerte sincronizada, el mañana llega hoy, algo así más o menos quiere decir, ¿no? Bueno, es un juego de una aventura gráfica, de estas de point and click, de apunta y cliquea, ¿no? Estas antiguas aventuras gráficas de viejas glorias, como era el Commodore Amiga, con las aventuras de Monkey Island, ¿no? El Maniac Mansion, ese tipo de videojuegos, ¿no? Donde tú tenías el personaje en tercera persona, apuntabas a una zona del mapa con el ratón, con el izquierdo pues desplazabas al personaje, y con el botón derecho interactuabas con las distintas cosas que había por las pantallas, ¿no? Y el juego pues se van sucediendo pantallas. En este caso pues hay una serie de pantallas en las que tenemos que interactuar con algunos objetos. En algunos elementos solamente pues hace una descripción, y en otros elementos pues se cogen, ¿no? Y se puede interactuar con ellos. Hay un pequeño inventario que es una maleta, y bueno, pues cogemos el objeto que sea y lo ponemos donde sea, y si es correcto su uso pues nos dará solución del puzzle, y si no pues nos dirá que eso no se puede usar o que no es apropiado para esa acción. Aquí vemos el mapa de control, que es sencillo. Hay que conversar mucho con los personajes, que bueno, tienen una serie de líneas de diálogo en las que vamos agotando, ¿no? Distintas cosas, distintas circunstancias, y así pues vamos enterando un poquito de lo que es la historia del juego, y vamos consiguiendo información para ir avanzando. De momento, bueno, pues llevo jugando una hora y media larga, y no es que no voy a decir que me haya quedado bloqueado, que no vaya a seguir avanzando, pero sí es cierto que ahora mismo pues, estoy un poquito parado. Sé lo que tengo que hacer, pero no sé cómo, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, pues el juego este hay que pensar y hay que ir resolviendo los puzzles. Espero que no haya puzzles, aunque he leído por ahí que algunos puzzles son un poquito enrevesados, no tienen mucho sentido. Y después he leído a otra gente que dicen que sí, que más o menos los puzzles se hacen, en fin, depende de cada uno, lo que considere por puzzle realizado o por puzzle accesible, ¿no? De momento, bueno, ahí en el vídeo veréis cómo avanzamos por alguna que otra pantalla, resolviendo alguna que otra situación, con cierta lógica más o menos, ¿no? Cuando aparecen los elementos interactuables, pues aparece un icono de un ojo, pues quiere decir que solo podemos tener una descripción de ese objeto, de esa zona. Y si aparece la mano, pues podemos interactuar, podemos cogerlo, podemos tocar, en fin. Es básicamente, es sencillo, point and click, apuntar y cliquear, ¿no? En este caso pues no es ratón, no es clic de ratón, sino con el mando, porque estamos analizando la versión de PlayStation 4. Es un juego, como digo, español, del año 2014, pero que ha pasado a consolas en el año 2016. Así que evidentemente no es un juego que vaya a tener unos valores de producción AAA, porque es un estudio pequeño. Ahí se han visto los títulos de crédito, ¿no? Que está hecho por un grupo de hermanos y algún que otro trabajador más añadido al grupo. Es una producción independiente que tuvo, me parece que un crowdfunding, una recaudación de dinero antes de realizar el juego. Con lo que recaudaron, que es lo que ellos creo que se estimaron que necesitaban, pues hicieron este juego, que por lo que he podido escuchar y leer, pues va a ser una trilogía, y esta es la primera parte, por lo cual faltan dos partes más, ¿no? De momento, bueno, pues el juego parece que ha tenido éxito, no parece un mal juego. Quizás, bueno, pues a lo mejor hace yo tiempo que no le he hecho tiento a este tipo de videojuegos, porque eran más de PC y en las consolas estábamos un poco alejados de esto. Bueno, que está bien que en las consolas aparezcan juegos de este tipo para tener así una oferta más amplia. Así que creo que es una buena experiencia poder probarlo. No me disgusta, ¿no? Vas intentando resolver los puzzles, las cosas, y creo que eso es satisfactorio, ¿no? Cuando te salen las cosas bien. Espero no atascarme, como digo, porque si te atascas y te frustras, pues eso es lo malo de este tipo de juegos, ¿no? Tener que echar más una guía para ver qué hay que hacer, pues no es la idea del juego, ¿no? Que te lo den todo mascado. Hay que pensar, y hay que ir de una pantalla a otra, hablar, ver. Hay un libro donde se notan cosas, y y en esas anotaciones pues te van indicando un poco cuál es el siguiente paso, pero como digo, no te lo dan resuelto, tienes tú que ir resolviéndolo, ¿no? Y como estoy diciendo, pues más o menos lo que he hecho hasta ahora tiene cierta lógica. Pero yo siempre sé que en estos juegos hay algún puzzle que otro que es que no dice, uno dice siempre, bueno, ¿a quién se le va a ocurrir hacer esto? Si es que esto no tiene lógica ninguna. Eso es lo que me temo del juego, el temor que tengo, quedarme atascado porque haya algo que sea pues, sí, totalmente irracional o que no venga a cuento y que haya que tirar de la guía para poder seguir avanzando. Yo en estos casos, cuando jugaba Maniac Mansion o jugaba la isla de los monos, sé que los Monkey Island, pues siempre tenía una guía a mano, intentaba hacerlo sin guía y cuando ya no me veía que estaba muy atascado, pues tenía que echar mano de la guía para ver qué tenía que hacer a continuación. Veía lo que había que hacer en ese punto concreto que estaba atascado y ya no la seguía mirando hasta que me quedara atascado en otro punto, que a lo mejor no la usaba más o tenía que usarla, pero no, que no la veía desde el principio y lo hacía todo según la guía, porque entonces le quitas toda la gracia al juego. Después se ve que el juego es, bueno, pues de corte adulto, ¿no? Retrata un mundo, no voy a decir posapocalíptico, pero algo parecido, había una especie de explosión o de guerra o algo así, y ha quedado muy mal el mundo, y bueno, pues estamos en una especie de campo de refugiados o campo de concentración, que ya todo eso se va desgranando en la historia, con las conversaciones que tenemos con los distintos personajes que van apareciendo. El personaje principal que manejamos, que es Michael, bueno, pues también hace sus reflexiones en off, ¿no? Cuando él se va dando cuenta de las cosas. Y bueno, parece un juego, como digo, muy interesante, ¿no? Como si fuera una novela en la que tú vas desgranando los secretos y vas avanzando, pues resolviendo una serie de puzzles, ¿no? Y es la típica aventura point and click, ¿no? Apunta y cliquea, ¿no? Bueno, pues aquí os dejo con un gameplay de fondo para que veáis más o menos cómo es el juego. Esto siempre es exactamente lo mismo, ¿no? Yo subo el juego para que se vea cómo es. Os cuento mis primeras impresiones, ¿eh? Cuando ya el juego pues lo concluya o haya jugado bastante, puedo hacer unas segundas impresiones con más horas de juego a mis espaldas, o bien sencillamente pues hago el análisis ya definitivo, ¿eh? Así que de momento es una primera toma de contacto, unas primeras impresiones. El juego destaca mucho en lo que es a nivel gráfico porque es un diseño así artístico, ¿no? De estos señores que han hecho el juego, ¿no? que han visto así el juego, ¿no? Y la historia parece interesante, ¿no? Así que lo único que espero es que no haya puzzles de estos inverosímiles y que se pueda hacer el juego, aunque haya que pensar, pero que se pueda realizar el juego y que no haya cosas que no tengan sentido, para ir avanzando. De momento, como digo, todo más o menos tiene un sentido. Muy bien, pues aquí os dejo con gameplay ya sin comentario por mi parte. Espero que os guste el vídeo, darle a like, suscribíos, tener activadas las notificaciones, la campanita para no perderos nada, comentad y compartir también en las redes sociales. Así que nada, un abrazo muy fuerte para todos y para todos. Se despide de aquí Agricho Rojo Gamer, siempre agradeciendo a ustedes vuestra presencia y que estéis ahí viendo los vídeos. Y nos vemos en los próximos vídeos. Hasta luego y muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
But I promise to make proper introductions later. My wife and I sleep in the other room, and, well, little Colin sleeps with us.
Colin?
Yes, Colin is our only child. Our one ray of hope since the catastrophe. I'm going to confess something to you. Colin is the only reason my wife and I still struggle to keep going in this new world. We would have given up a long time ago if it weren't for him.
Of course, I understand. So that was your wife's voice that woke me up a few minutes ago, right?
My wife? No, that's impossible. My wife has been with me in the other room the whole time. We haven't come out of there for hours. But I'm glad you're feeling better and are fully conscious now. I guess we could say you've been reborn. And although the circumstances aren't the best, simply being alive nowadays is practically a luxury. So, welcome to our home.
From what you've told me, I see that you've saved my life. I'm very grateful, Mr. Atkinson.
No, please. You don't have to thank us. We just did what we had to. It's our moral obligation to uphold the ethical principles of civilization in this new world. But call me Rod, please. And, well, we also did it for Colin, you see. What kind of future does he face if we accept that it's every man for himself that no one cares about anyone else. It's a terrifying prospect, don't you think? We're just doing whatever we can to avoid that future, that's all.
Rod! Rod!
Please excuse me, but I have to leave you now.
No, wait, please. What's happening? Don't go yet.
I'm sorry, I understand that you have a lot of questions to ask me, but now isn't the time. Believe me, I promise to answer each and every one of your questions in peace and quiet later. Sorry, but I have to go.
Rod, please, quickly!
Okay, all right.
Now that you're feeling better, you can go out and take a walk around the camp. But please, be very careful out there. The world you knew before is gone. Heed my warning, don't touch anything. Don't talk to anyone, and don't get mixed up in anything. At least until someone explains to you how things work in this new world the Great Wave left us. Everything has changed so much out there.
All right. Thanks for the advice.
Ah, one more thing before I go. You've been with us for quite a while now, and we don't even know what to call you. What is your name?
My name? Michael. My name is Michael.
Very pleased to meet you, Michael. We'll talk again later, I promise.
Michael. That's what that disembodied voice called me. That must be my name. Wake up, Michael. That's all she said. Leaving me in this immense void where I can't remember anything. Great wave? New world? Refugee camp? But what the devil could have happened out there? I think it might be a good idea to go out there and take a look. Impossible. It's locked. I'm afraid my host forgot to unlock it before he left. It's no use. It won't open. I heard Rod bolt it from inside. It's an unframed snapshot, stuck directly on the wall of the room. Two adults and a child smiling at the camera in what looks like an enormous yard. One of them is Rod, my host. The old closet Rod told me about. It's funny. With the glass on the door shattered, my reflection in the mirror is fragmented, like a photo ripped into little pieces and taped back together. Well, look at that. When I pulled back the sheet, part of it got torn on the spring sticking out of the bed frame. I hope Rod doesn't notice. The bed frame under the mattress is so battered that one of the springs is turned into a very sharp protruding object. A depressing sight. A damp mattress on a bed frame and dirty, rumpled sheets. This is the bed where I've been convalescing all this time. Good God, what the hell happened here? Rod was right. I don't know what hit this place, but whatever it was, it struck into its very foundations, without any mercy whatsoever. What's happening now?
You better hide, dude. Don't you know that it's dangerous to show your face when the cleanup brigades come into the camp? You're new here, aren't you?
Yeah, you could put it that way.
Well, welcome to your new home. I'm Hank, but everyone calls me the Hunter.
I'm Michael. But what's going on up there?
Nothing, Mike, just routine. The cleanup brigades are taking away a sick person, a dissolved. You know how it is, just doing their job. Ironically, that house belongs to one of the camp moles. Those traitorous scumbags.
Brigades, dissolved, moles. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't remember anything.
Oh, I see, you're a blankhead. Well, you better get up to speed real quick if you want to survive here, Mike. Find me if you need help, dude. I can get you whatever you need. Doesn't matter where it is, how fast it runs, or where it tries to hide. That's why they call me the Hunter.
All right, I'll remember that.
Come back here! Don't take her away! Don't you know who I am? Come back here!
They shot that poor man in cold blood. But why did they do that? Hey, Hank? I'm afraid he's gone. But what's happening? What is this? What the hell's going on here? Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind. It's the lot outside Rod's trailer. The ground is... Something tells me it might not be a good idea. The half-scrap remains of a sports car, but now, I'm afraid it's just scrap metal. Time has left these hinges bent. There's no way I'm going to be able to... Rod seems upset and worried. That's Rod's wife. I heard her calling him from the other side. She looks worn out with those dark circles under her eyes. That must be little Colin, Rod's son. Was that him I heard moaning in pain inside the... It's hard to see clearly. On the other side is the room. From here, it looks like one of those metal boxes for Danish butter cookies. I'd say that it's been reused over. A bunch of shacks, trying valiantly to stay standing. I can't imagine how it must be to live in one.
Hey, you! Don't even think of putting your paws on. Stay away from my stuff, or I swear I'll rip your guts out with my bare hands!
Okay, calm down. I won't touch anything. Someone improvised a bonfire. Although the smoke starts to irritate the lungs pretty quickly, it seems like the only heating system the camp inhabitants have. Ouch! Damn it! I managed to rip open the sole of my foot in a rusty nail.
Hey, it's not a good idea to walk around barefoot.
Yeah, thanks for the tip.
The tip is yours to keep, but if you come near my things, you're a dead man. Wait, I recognize you. Aren't you the guy Rod?
Yes, I am. Do you know Rod?
Of course I do. Everyone in the camp knows Rod. You owe him your life. Don't doubt that for a second. Nowadays, no one in his right mind would do what he did for you, for a total stranger.
Yes, I'm very grateful to him. But... this shooting...
Explain what, exactly? That someone got too chatty and ratted out a sick person. There's usually a pact of silence in the camp. No one likes to see... But in this case, the dissolved was a relative of one of the camp...
But they shot a man.
Yes, so they did. The price of human life has gotten a lot cheaper lately.
Did you say...
Of course, the dissolved. But what the hell's wrong with you? Those people are a real plague. Let me give you a piece of advice about them. Even if they don't give you that deadly disease or drive you crazy with their trances, the cleanup, you saw it with your own eyes. They don't even
A camp mole? What is that exactly?
A spy, a stool pigeon. It's in the Army's interest and so they pay some of the inhabitants to feed them information about what happens on this side. Who comes in, who goes out, who causes trouble. They're scumbags, but very well-paid scumbags. And they never trust a mole. They'll do anything to hang on to the favor.
Okay. I'll take your advice.
You're welcome. But stay away from the shopping cart.
I've been hearing about an enormous explosion. The Great Wave. What on earth are they talking about?
But what kind of question is that? Where have you been all this time? Sleeping in a cave?
Well, you could say that.
The Great Wave is the reason we're confined here like animals. The entire world went to hell in a handcart that day, and we went with it.
I've been able to see that with my own eyes. Can you tell me anything else?
Okay, I'll tell you what I know. The Great Wave hit us one Friday afternoon right out of the blue. I remember it perfectly because I'd just come out of an important meeting at that precise moment. I'd made a lot of money from a very fat contract. Yes, sirree, Bob. First, we felt the ground quaking, as if a volcano was about to erupt right under our feet. I had to get out of my... Then came the explosions. Glass broke. Buildings toppled. In just a few hours, that damn Great Wave set us all, with our businesses, our money, and our convertibles, straight back to the Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages?
Of course! In a matter of minutes, we were left with no electricity, and after the initial chaos, the dissolved. That stupid breach up there that no one in this hellhole has... The fact is that the remains of the old system only held up for a few weeks.
The New World.
Yes, indeed. You catch on fast. Welcome to the future, son.
Confined? Do you mean we can't leave the refugee camp?
Refugee camp? It seems like things on the other side of the fence. Look around you. Does this look like it's an army detention camp? And you're a prisoner. Once you come in here, you lose. You'd never be able to get through the gate. Especially if you don't. Doesn't matter who you might have been before the old world collapsed. If you're just a camp rat, I'm afraid the only way out of here, I don't know if you get...
Of course I do. Thanks.
You can keep the words, but come...
Tell me about Rod Atkins.
Well, I don't know him very well, but they say he's decent enough. Did you know that before coming here, he was someone important, but they're not good enough to get that stupid do-gooder and his family out of...
Stupid do-gooder?
Well, you know how it is. Rod is one of those... He has helped a lot of people in the camp, but I reckon that he's too weak for these times. I don't know...
You said he had a son. A pretty good reason to hang on, don't you think?
Ah, yes, Colin. I haven't seen that...
I don't know. I still haven't seen him. His father told me about...
Well, I'm glad he's not anywhere near me. That brat...
Well, I'll be going on my way. Good luck to you, pal.
Just be sure...
No. With my foot in this condition, I wouldn't get very far. I think it would be better to go back inside the trailer and try to take care of this wound. It doesn't look too... It's no use. It won't open. Impossible. I'm afraid my host... I'm not going to snuff out this oil lamp. A pile of frying pans, plates, and... Ugh, this place smells like... There's a very worn old notebook hidden under the lid. The cover is practically falling off. It looks like someone stashed it here some time ago, and then... Time has left these hinges bent and rusted. There's no way I'm going to be able... I don't see anything here that could be covered. Let's see. I could swear that the lid is just the right... Perfect.
Damn it! What's going on? This damn shithole is going to be the end of us.
This guy's in no condition to hold a conversation.
A person can't
I'll
even
have to do this
breathe
quickly
in this hellhole
before this man
anymore.
stops coughing. Well, let's see what we have here. Ugh. I don't see anything but rotten food, tattered clothes. Wait a minute.
This filthy
It seems like there's
shithole
also a small
is going to
billfold
be
with
the
a bunch
death
of credit
us.
cards. What the hell is this guy doing with so much plastic money? I have no intention of... There's nothing else in that shopping cart that...
Damn it! What's going on?
Impossible. I think I'm going to need more brute force.
They mean to kill us all. That's what they want.
Let's see if I can do this. Good. The mechanism gave way on the first try, but the card is trashed. For my sake, I hope that guy outside never finds out about this. Not just yet. I'm grateful to Rod for his hospitality, but these old shoes don't look very clean. It won't take more than a few hours for the wound on my foot to turn really ugly. And the last thing I need now is a serious infection. His
To be
problem,
the death of us.
white, folded, with a scent of fabrics, but this pillowcase is the nicest thing I've seen since I woke up. It's an old accounting ledger that still has a few blank pages left in it.
This
From what's
filthy
written in here,
shithole
it looks
is
like
going to
someone
be
was
the
using it
death
as a
of us.
diary, before ripping out almost all its pages and leaving it inside the oven in the trailer.
They mean to kill us all. That's what they want. A person can't even breathe in this hellhole anymore. A person can't even breathe in this hellhole anymore. Damn it! What's going on? Damn it! What's going on? A person can't even breathe in this hellhole anymore. Damn it!
Okay, let's see how well this protruding bed spring can cut. I'll use a little of what's in the bottle to soak the bandages. The bandages are already soaked enough. In fact, the whiskey has started to drip onto the floor. The bandages are... Here goes. I'll use the bandages on my foot. I hope the alcohol is enough to keep it from getting infected. Let's pray this improvised remedy doesn't lead to a delightful case of gangrene.
What bastard put a lid on the drum? You tried to suffocate me, you bunch of assholes!
I think that guy out there just discovered the reason for a sudden coughing fit.
Some coward in this shithole wanted to suffocate me! Me! Who was it? Who was it? Come back here so I can give you back your lid, you son of a bitch!
Did you hear that noise, Rod? What's going on out there?
I don't know. I'll go have a look.
I think it's that poor drunk who's always hanging around the trailer. He's kicking up a fuss again. It's a good thing poor Colin can't hear his insults.
Don't ever say anything like that again, Rod.
I'm sorry, honey. I wasn't thinking. What are you doing here? Get out of here! You've no business being in this room!
Rod, I'm sorry. But what's going on?
Get out of here, Michael! You didn't see anything, understood? Out! Out! Excuse my outburst, Michael. I shouldn't have behaved that way. It's not like me. But this new world brings out the worst in all of us. It's just that I can't stand to see Colin suffer this way. So for your own good, please, stay away from this room.
Away? Why?
It's no use trying to hide it. You're bound to find out sooner or later. Colin is very sick, and the authorities claim his illness is highly contagious.
Highly contagious? Is he one of the dissolved?
Michael! I won't let anyone use that word in my house! Yes, Colin caught that damn disease.
And what exactly does the disease consist of?
I don't know, Michael. No one really does. The only news is what the army brings us. They say the disease is highly contagious, and it's our duty to turn over all victims to the cleanup brigades. But no one has ever come back after being carried off in one of those ambulances. No one. So we can't let them take Colin, do you understand?
Yes, of course I understand.
They say that all the victims are condemned, that there's no salvation for anyone, that at the end of their suffering and their trances lies certain death. I think that even the army is afraid of the victims. Really strange things happen around them, Michael. Things you wouldn't believe.
What things happen around people infected with the disease?
Strange things with no possible explanation. In their trances, they go places, Michael. They bring back information. They know things. They talk to people who are no longer with us. And we've been living like this for weeks. The things that are happening around Colin are getting more and more confusing and hard to bear.
Talking to the dead? Jesus. This man's nerves are shot from the exhaustion and stress. But how did Colin get infected?
We don't know. No one knows how the disease is spread. The only thing we know is that the disease appeared after the catastrophe, and that it's spreading like wildfire.
So the Great Wave brought the dissolved with it?
Yes, but don't use that word again. Not in this house, anyway. It's so cruel and disrespectful. In effect, that's the only thing we know for sure about all this insanity. The Great Wave took everything from us and left us with this epidemic.
What's happening to Colin is terrible. If only there was something I could do.
Well, Michael, you can help us. I'm convinced that our finding you was no coincidence. You've got to help us.
But you said yourself that all the victims are condemned. What can I do?
No, all is not lost. In the camp, there are rumors of a cure. It seems that in the city, on the other side of the fence, the victims have access to a drug. But we can't get it here. And my contacts out there, well, let's just say they can't do anything to help.
So there's a drug that can cure them?
Yes, but they say that producing it takes a long time and is very expensive. And so it's reserved for city dwellers who can afford to pay for it. Get us that drug, Michael. I beg of you, please. Colin's time is running out.
Getting involved looks dangerous. I saw that shooting out there. There's also the possibility of infection.
Infection? Are you afraid for your life, Michael? Without our help, you'd be dead right now. Dead. Don't forget that. What's more, I could help you in return. I could help you get back what you lost. Don't you see?
Give me back what I lost? But you hardly know me, Rod.
I know the essential part, Michael. I know that you're a blankhead.
Blankhead? What the devil does that mean?
A blankhead is a person with no memories, who can't remember anything. It seems that the Great Wave had an enormous neurological impact on certain people, Michael. You're not the only one, or even the worst case. There are people who even forgot how to talk and how to walk after the explosion. Some ended up dying of starvation. They forgot what food looked like, how to chew it, even that eating was a necessity. You can consider yourself lucky. You still remember how to keep yourself alive. And that's the important thing. The natural recovery process is slow. It can take months, if at all. Listen to me, Michael. A man without memories is just a shadow, or even worse, he's nobody. I still have some contacts out there. I was an important man in the municipal government. I could trace your name, your data in public records, your fingerprints. I could restore your whole life in the blink of an eye. But please, help us.
I'm grateful for your help, Rod, and for everything you people have done for me. But
listen to me, Michael. We know that it's possible that our son is condemned to die. In fact, my wife and I have everything prepared for when he leaves us. Our child is the only thing that keeps us holding on in the new world. Nothing would have any meaning for us without him. So if there is even the slightest chance of saving him, we are prepared to do whatever it takes. Please, Michael, help us. For God's sake, listen to him. He's just a child.
Rod, come in here, quickly!
Bring us that cure, and we'll help you get your life back. Colin is our only hope in this new world. Help us save our future, and I'll give you back your past. I promise you. Goodbye, Michael.
no, Rod, wait. Bring a drug? Is he out of his mind? That man wants me to put his son's life in my hands? I can barely remember who I am. And I probably wouldn't last more than a few hours out there. But Rod was right. A man without a past is nothing more than his shadow. He offered to help me get my life back, my memories. So if I want answers, I have only one possible course of action: to get that drug. Wait a minute. Before leaving, I should write down everything important I find out in this notebook. It might come in handy if, as Rod says, I'm one of the blankheads the Great Wave left in its wake. In the distance, you can see the skyline of the city. It doesn't seem that far away. From what people say, things work somewhat better there. Could that be true?